Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to study money market. What is the meaning of money market? What are the instruments used in the money market? Are going to study today. I want to explain the question and answer pattern. Majority of the question, not majority of the question, all the questions are taken from the back side of the Commerce textbook, which is published by Government of Tamil Nadu, plus 2 portion. Then, what is the meaning of money market? Money market is a financial market. Money market is a financial market. In this market, short-term funds are exchanged. Funds are exchanged. Then it deals with the financial assets and securities whose maturity period does not exceed 1 year. So, money market is a short-term market. The transactions, that means the instruments, are exchanged within 1 year transaction. 1 year maturity instruments are exchanged in the money market. Short-term funds are exchanged in the money market. Then the financial assets and securities where maturity period does not exceed 1 year. Maturity period does not exceed 1 year. This is the short introduction about money market. Once again I explain, money market is a financial market. Short-term funds are exchanged. Financial assets and securities where the maturity period does not exceed 1 year are transacted in the money market. So once again I explain, money market is a short-term market. It's here the exchanged instruments where its maturity period does not exceed 1 year. It is a financial market. Short-term funds are exchanged, financial assets and securities where the maturity period does not exceed 1 year is called as a money market. So first question, what do you mean by money market? What is money market? Money market is a financial market. Point number 1, money market is a financial market. Short-term funds are exchanged in the money market. The financial assets and securities where the maturity period does not exceed 1 year. This market is called as a money market. So first question, what is the meaning of money market? Money market is a financial market. Short-term funds are exchanged. Financial assets and securities whose maturity period does not exceed 1 year is called as a money market. So first question completed. Then second question, what are the instruments in the money market? Second question, what are the money market instruments? Question number 2, what are the money market instruments? The money market instruments are class 2. In the year 1986 is a base point. Before 1986 or till 1986, only few money market instruments are marketed or traded in the money market. Then 1936 1886 up to 1936, only in India, only three instruments are used. Number one, treasury bill. Then number two, money at call notice. Money at call and short notice. Then point number three, commercial bill. And promissory note. These three instruments are used up to 1986. After 1986, few more instruments were introduced in the money market. What are the new instruments used in the money market? Number one, commercial paper. Number two, certificate of deposit. Then number three, interbank participation certificate. Number four, repo instrument. Once again I explain, it is a 2-mark question. The examination point of view, these questions comes under 2-mark question pattern. Sometimes what are the money market instruments? Then what are the new money market instruments? What are the money market instruments used till 1986? These are the questions expected. So I just explain what are the money market instruments. The money market instruments are classified into two categories. The instrument which were used up to 1986 and instrument used after 1986. These instruments are used nowadays also, but these are the new money market instrument. These four instruments are used after 1986. These are the old money market instrument. What are the money market instrument? Number one, treasury bill. Number two, money at call and short notice. Number three, commercial bill and promissory note. These are all the money market instruments which were used before 1986. Nowadays also these instruments are used, but up to 1986 these three instruments were used in the money market. So what are the instruments in the money market? Up till 1986, three types of money market instruments were used. They are treasury bill, number two, money at call and short notice, commercial bill and promissory note. After 1986, these four new money market instruments were used. They are commercial paper, certificate of deposit, interbank participant certificate, repo instruments. These are all the new money market instruments. We will study these money market instruments one by one in the subsequent classes. Now, we just study what are the instruments used in the money market. So, anyway, I explained two questions. Question number one, what is the meaning of money market? Money market is the financial market. Here, short-term funds are exchanged. It deals with the financial assets and securities whose maturity period does not exceed 1 year. I tell the question and answer again and again only for the purpose of studying. You study this question today itself. Then second question, what are the money market instruments? Money market instruments are classified into two categories. The money market instrument which were used till 1986 and money market instrument which are used after 1986. The money market instrument which were used till 1986 were treasury bill, money at call and short notice, commercial bill and promissory note. After 1986, these four more new money market instruments were introduced. Number one, commercial paper. Number two, certificate of deposit. Number three, interbank participant certificate. Number four, repo instrument. These are the money market instruments used in the money market. Then two questions completed. Then I want to explain the third question. Define money market. In economics, we study about the money. What is the definition of money? But here we are going to study about the money market. Definition of money market. Question number 3. Definition of money market. This definition is given by Mr. Crowther. He gave the definition of money also. He gave the definition of money market also. According to Crowther, money market is a collective name. It is a collective name. Then given, it is a collective name given to various firms and institution. According to Crowther, money market is a collective name given to various firms and institutions that deals in the various grades and near money. This definition is given by Mr. Crowther. According to Crowther, money market is a collective name given to the various firms and institutions that deals in the various grades and near money. In our textbook, 2 or 3 definitions are given. You study at least one definition because from the examination point of view, one definition is expected. This is a simple definition, so you just study this definition. According to Crowther, money market is a collective name given to various firms and institutions that deals in the various grades and near money. Once again, I explain the question from 1, 2, 3. Third question. Question number 1. What is the meaning of money market? Money market is a financial market for short-term fund. It deals with financial assets and securities whose maturity period does not exceed 1 year. The second question, what are the money market instruments? Money market instruments are classified into 2 categories. The instruments which are used till 1986 and instruments which are used after 1986 are new money market instruments. The instruments which are used till 1986 were treasury bill, money at call and short notice, commercial bill and promissory note. The instruments which are used after 1986 were commercial paper, certificate of deposit, interbank participant certificate, repo instrument. Then question number 3, define the term money market. According to Crowther, money market is a collective name given to various firms and institutions that deals in the various grades and near money. According to Crowther, money market, from this definition we think that the money market is a short-term market. It deals in the various grades of money. It is a collection and there are many instruments are exchanged in the money market. But various grades and near monies are exchanged in the money market. Then we study two more questions. Question number 4. Remaining money market instrument we will study one by one later. Before that, I just refer the backside question and study one by one. 3 questions completed. Question number 1, what is money market? Question number 2, what are the instruments used in the money market? Question number 3, definition of money market. Then fourth question I want to give is, what is the meaning of switching? What is the meaning of switching? Question number 4. And what is the meaning of actioning? Switching. What is the meaning of switching? Switching is a part of open market operation. Open market operation carried out by Reserve Bank of India in secondary market. The purchase of one security against the sale of another security is known as switching. What is the meaning of switching? Switching is one of the methods used in the gold and security market. Switching is one of the methods used in the money market in the gold and securities. Then switching means the open market operation carried out by Reserve Bank of India in the secondary market. During the inflation period, one of the measures taken by the Reserve Bank of India is open market operation. The Reserve Bank of India carried out in the secondary market, the open market operation method is followed. The purchase of one security against the sale of another security is known as switching. So, the Reserve Bank of India or all the financial institution or the commercial banks, they purchase one security against the sale of another security is known as switching. Once again I explain what is the meaning of switching. Switching means the open market operation carried out by Reserve Bank of India in the secondary market. Purchase of one security against the sale of another security is known as switching. Then, what is the meaning of actioning? It is one of the methods of trading. It is one of the methods of trading. Where merchants bid against one another and the securities are sold to the highest bidder. Bidder is known as actioning. Once again explain. Actioning. In the money market, it is one of the methods for trading the instrument. One of the methods of trading. Once again I explain. Actioning is one of the methods of trading in the money market. The merchant bid against one another and the securities are sold to the highest bidder is known as action. In the action sales, the highest bidder is eligible to get the security, get the product. In normal action sales also, the highest bidder is eligible to get the product. Likewise, in the actioning, in the money market, in the money market, this method is used. It is one of the methods used in the money market for trading the securities. The merchants are bid against one another and the securities are sold to the highest bidder is known as actioning. Once again I explain. The highest bidder is eligible to get the security. It is called as actioning. Once again, actioning. It is one of the methods used in the money market for trading. Merchants bid against one another and the securities are sold to the highest bidder is known as action. Normal action sales, the highest bidder is eligible to get the product. Likewise, in the money market, the highest bidder is eligible to get the security. The merchants are bid against one another and the securities are sold to the highest bidder is known as action. Once again I explain these two questions. What is the meaning of switching? Switching is the open market operation carried out by Reserve Bank of India in the secondary market. Purchase of one security against the sale of another security is known as switching. Purchase of one security against the sale of another security is known as switching. What is an action? Normal action sales, the highest bidder is eligible to get the product. The same procedure is applicable in the money market also. It is actioning. It is one of the methods of trading in the money market. Merchants are bid against one another and the securities are sold to the highest bidder is known as actioning. Anyway, I explained 5 questions. Once again, I come to one by one. Question number 1, what is money market? Money market is a financial market for short-term fund. It deals with the financial assets and securities whose maturity period does not exceed 1 year. That is the meaning of money market. Then, second question, what are the money market instruments? Still 1986, only few instruments were available. They are treasury bill, money at call and short notice, commercial bill and promissory note. After 1986, new money market instruments were introduced. They were commercial paper, certificate of deposit, interbank participant certificate, repo instrument. Then question number 3, what is the definition of money market? Just 2 or 3 definitions are given. I explain the simple definition which is given by Professor Crowther. According to Crowther, money market is a collective name given to various firms and institutions that deal in the various grades and near money. Then question number 4, what is switching? Switching is the open market operation carried out by Reserve Bank of India in the secondary market. Purchase of one security against the sale of another security is known as switching. Then, what is the meaning of actioning? Actioning is one of the methods used in the money market. Merchant bid against one another and the securities are sold to the highest bidder is known as actioning. Then, few more questions. Question number 6. I want to explain some questions which are given in the back side of the textbook. Question number 6, money market. Question number 6, what is treasury bill? Question number 6, what is the meaning of treasury bill? Treasury bill is one of the instruments already we studied. Treasury bill is one of the instruments used in the money market. Treasury bill is issued by government. Point number 1, treasury bill. What is the meaning of treasury bill? Or write a short note on treasury bill. Treasury bill is issued by government. This treasury bill is very popular. It is very popular. Then it has high degree of liquidity. It has high degree of liquidity. Then point number 4, it is a promissory note. These are all the characteristics of treasury bill. Treasury bill is the one of the instruments used in the money market. In the treasury bill is issued by government. The treasury bill is very popular. Treasury bill has high degree of liquidity. It is a promissory note. That means the government promises to pay the specified amount to the bearer. Its period does not exceed 1 year. That is, in the money market, all the instruments are having 1 year period. The maturity period does not exceed 1 year. So this treasury bill is also, the validity period of the treasury bill is just 1 year or 364 days. Within 364 days, this treasury bill is matured. Then there are 3 types of treasury bills. Number one, 91 days treasury bill. Number 2, 182 days treasury bill. Number 3, 364 days treasury bill. So these are the information about treasury bills. Treasury bill is one of the instruments used in the money market. The treasury bills are having these characters. What are the characters? The treasury bills are issued by the government. It is very popular. Government means central government as well as state government. Treasury bill is issued by the government. It is very popular nowadays. It is high degree of liquidity. It is a promissory note. Promissory note can be negotiated from one person to another. It is easily transferred from one person to another person. Then the treasury bill is issued by the government. The government promises to pay the specified amount to the bearer. There are 3 types of treasury bill. The treasury bill which maturity period does not exceed 91 days. Treasury bill which period does not exceed 182 days, and treasury bills where its maturity period does not exceed 364 days. These are all the information about treasury bill. Treasury bill is one of the instruments used in the money market. Treasury bill is issued by the government. Treasury bill is very popular. Treasury bill is high degree of liquidity. Treasury bill is a promissory note. The government promises to pay the specified amount to the bearer is called as a treasury bill. There are 3 types of treasury bill. 91 days treasury bill, 182 days treasury bill, 364 days treasury bill. Anyway, I give 6 questions. Once again, I explain the 6th question. Treasury bill. Treasury bill is one of the instruments used in the money market. The characteristics of the treasury bill are: it is issued by the government. It is very popular. It has high degree of liquidity. It is a promissory note. The government promises to pay the specified amount to the bearer is called as a treasury bill. The treasury bills are three types: 91 days treasury bill, 182 days treasury bill, 364 days treasury bill. The next question: what is the meaning of certificate of deposit? Seventh question. These are all the questions given in the textbook. So we study one by one. Seventh question: what is the meaning of certificate of deposit? Certificate of deposit is the short-term instrument. Short-term instrument. In money market, once again I explain, in the money market only short-term instruments are exchanged. Certificate of deposit is also a short-term instrument which is issued by the bank. Short-term instrument issued by banks and financial institutions. Financial institution. Certificate of deposit is a short-term instrument issued by bank and financial institution. Certificate of deposit is transferred. It is transferable. It is transferable from one person to another person. From one person to another person. The bearer of the instrument is negotiable in the market. The bearer of the instrument is negotiable in the market. Negotiable means they can easily transfer from one person to another person. The bearer of the instruments are eligible to get the amount. That is the meaning of that point. Once again I explain what is the meaning of certificate of deposit. Certificate of deposit is also one of the instruments used in the money market. The certificate of deposit is a short-term instrument issued by bank and other financial institution. It is transferred from one person to another person. The bearer of the instrument is negotiable in the market. Negotiable means they can transfer from one person to another person. The bearer of the instrument is eligible to get the money in the market. This is the details about certificate of deposit. Once again I explain the sixth question. What is the meaning of treasury bill? Treasury bill is one of the instruments used in the money market. Certificate of deposit is also one of the instruments used in the money market. So treasury bill is one of the instruments used in the money market. It is issued by the government. It is a promissory note. It is very popular. It is high degree of liquidity. Government promises to pay the specified amount in the specified period to the bearer. There are 91 days treasury bill, 182 days treasury bill, 364 days treasury bill. Then likewise, certificate of deposit. Certificate of deposit is one of the instruments used in the money market. Here, this certificate deposit is issued by bank. Commercial bank or any type of bank. Banks and other financial institutions are issuing the certificate of deposit. It is transferred from one person to another person easily. The bearer of the instrument is eligible to get the amount in the market. The bearer of the instrument negotiable. Now you use this word negotiable. Negotiable means the person who are having the certificate of deposits are eligible to get the money in the market. These are the details about certificate of deposit. I have two more questions. We have within the limited period, we try to study these two questions also. Question number 8. What is the meaning of commercial bill market? Commercial bill market. Question number 8. Commercial bill market. Commercial bill market. The bills of exchange, commercial bill market, is also one of the instruments used in the money market. In the commercial market is the bills of exchange. I think you studied the term bills of exchange in the first year. So last year already we studied the meaning of bills of exchange. So commercial bill market is the bills of exchange issued by commercial organization. Commercial organization. What is the purpose of issuing the bills of exchange, or what is the purpose of issuing commercial bill? To raise money. To raise money for short-term needs. For short-term needs. The period is 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. There are three types of commercial bill market. The maturity period within the period of 30 days. The maturity period does not exceed 60 days. The maturity period does not exceed 90 days. Commercial bill market. Commercial bill market is just like a bills of exchange. Bills of exchange issued by the commercial organization to raise fund for short-term needs. Short-term needs means within 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, or within 30 days, within 60 days, within 90 days. So within 30 days or within 60 days or within 90 days, this bills of exchange is matured. That is called as a commercial bill market. Once again I explain. Commercial bill market. Commercial bill is one of the instruments used in the money market. It is just like a bills of exchange. Bills of exchange issued by the commercial organization. What is the purpose of issuing the bills of exchange? The purpose of issuing the bills of exchange is to raise money for short-term needs. So the maturity period of bills are 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. So three types of bills of exchange are used in the commercial bill market. 30 days maturity bills of exchange or 30 days maturity commercial bill, 60 days matured bills of exchange or 60 days matured commercial bill or 90 days bills of exchange or 90 days mature commercial bill. These are all the details about commercial bills of exchange. Then one more question. This is the last question. I want to explain one more question within the stipulated time. Then question number 9. What is government security market? What is government securities market? A market where government security market is a market where government or gilt edged securities. In the government security market, the government as well as gilt-edged securities are bought and sold. Are bought and sold. Government security market is a market where government securities and gilt-edged securities are bought and sold. Then government securities or issue. What is the purpose of issuing? What is the purpose of issuing the gold and security market? The purpose of issuing the gold and security market is to refund the matured securities. Matured securities. Government already borrowed money, but the government is not able to repay the amount. In that circumstances, government issued the government securities or gilt-edged securities are introduced in the money market. Its purpose is to refund the matured securities. This is a fresh resources, fresh cash resources raised by central government, state government, and semi-government. Semi-government means corporation or port trust. These are all comes under the category of semi-government. Then once again, the last question, I want to explain this government securities market once again. Government security market is the money market. In this market, government securities or gilt-edged securities are bought and sold. The main purpose of issuing these securities were issued by the central government, state government as well as the semi-government. The purpose of issuing the government security is to refund the matured securities. The government is already collect fund from the public, but for repaying that fund, these types of securities were sold. So, my dear students, today I explain 9 questions. Once again, just read the question one by one. What is money market? Define money market. What are the instruments used in the money market? What is the meaning of treasury bill? What is the meaning of certificate of deposit? What is commercial bill market? Then what is government securities? Then 2 more questions. What is switching and what is action? Anyway, I explained 9 short answer questions in the money market. Try to study this question today itself. God bless you.